Hey friends, it's Pat here. Make sure to stay till the very end of the episode for an exclusive listen to Rookie of the Year's unreleased track, Fake Friends. Enjoy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. Matt Reed, he's at a card convention, Pokemon and all that cool. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, Pokemon's pretty rad. I like Pokemon. But we got Ryan from the North Carolina band, Rookie of the Year. Oh, so stoked to be chatting. We've had a little bit of an adventure getting to this point, but we made it. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, man. Just getting ready, gearing up for a tour. We leave this weekend. So
Yeah. Are you a Pokemon person?
I'm not, but my buddies that I play Call of Duty with, there's a new game on that just came out, and I forgot the name of it, but it's like Pokemon meets Ark. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
It's a new game that just came out this week. The beta's out, and everybody's flipping out about it. But they say it's like Pokemon, and I played it the other night. It was actually really fun. And every time I would do a part, they'd be like, "That's the Pokemon part. It's like Pokemon." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, nice. The only Pokemon I really still do is I play with my son from time to time. Like he wanted to learn how to play the card game, like the actual Pokemon, and
Game.
yeah, it's fun. And we we have some cards. I kick his butt most of the time. I'm older. I can afford those good cards.
Our merch guy that tours of us he has some of those expensive crazy cards from back in the day, and he'll talk about it and be like, I don't know what he's talking about, so I'll be like, oh, cool, man. I was more a baseball card. I collected baseball cards, so
I did too, and I actually still have my entire collection. My dad saved it.
I'm right in your boat. I have my whole collection, my Diamond Kings. I got the whole 9 yards. My dad saved everything I did. They're all in sleeves. They're at my dad's house. Yeah.
Isn't it awesome that they're not worth shit?
I feel like, yeah, the early 2000s, they like went up, and then now they just all kind of just like, it's like,
well, they were so mass produced that like just, I watched actually a documentary about it. I don't remember what it was, but I found it and I was like, I'm gonna check this out. And yeah, anything made in like the 80s and 90s is just worth nothing.
Yeah, I want to say that Diamond King set of, I forgot what year it was worth like $500-600 if you had all of them and they were in mint. Now it's like $45.
It's still better than nothing, though.
If you can find someone to buy it.
Yeah, true. So you were actually just saying that you're gearing up for tour, you're getting ready to head out, because we're going to hang out next week. We're going to be at a very emo Valentine's Music Fest, along with Color Fred, who you're on tour with, Social Order, and a slew of our unsigned pop punk pals. How'd you get involved with the event?
I did shows last year. So right when our band became a band again, we started doing shows with a guy named Ryan. That's part of the whole situation.
Okay.
Corpus with him, and we did a few other events, and they were all like killer. He's a good buddy. He actually flew out and came out with us and did merch for a little bit. So I became friends with him, and then he's like, hey, there's a show going on. Fred's on it, and I was on tour with Fred when I got the text, and I was like, wait, you're on a thing in Texas? My whole family's from Denton, Texas, so I was like,
okay,
hey, I want to go do this. So I texted Fred, or I think I just talked to Fred, and then he was like, hey, yeah, I'm going down there during this time. And I was like, cool. So I like did a few texts, and then by 3 or 4 days later I got on the shows, and then I actually booked all our shows on the way out there and the way back to just make it a little easier and make it fun. So
well, yeah. And cost effective. It's quite a haul to get out there.
Yeah, I think you're driving farther than me.
Right, but I'm just coming for hangs, man. I'm just
It'll be a fun show, and you have Kellen Quinn there. It's gonna be dope.
yeah, it'll be super dope. And there's also, are you performing the like the day before the pre-show as well?
I'm not. I do. I was gonna do Corpus pre-show, but then we're doing an emo night. I think in Jackson, Mississippi. Us
Okay.
and Taylor Fred are playing that, and it was just made the drive a little bit easier instead of like
Sure.
going 17 hours. Just so
Right.
we toured. Rookie toured with. We opened and they opened. We did co-op switch back and forth with Social Order last year, which is the guys from Metro Station, and they're amazing.
Nice.
They're so good live.
I'm excited to see it.
Really love their set. It's really good.
I'm excited to check it out.
100% still have it. It's like pretty awesome.
Oh boy. Think my dog's going for the barkings again. We'll see. She's limping along. She likes to limp. It's like this weird thing that she does when she wants something, because she's not hurt, because she only does it when she wants something. Like she wants you to feel bad for her. And because like we've taken her to a vet and stuff, and they're like, nothing's wrong. I'm like, then why? Why does she do this? Like, attention. I'm like, that's awesome. I support
Really
this
the reason
decision.
why?
Yeah.
She'll do that. Oh wow, that's crazy.
And she only does it like I'm not paying attention to her right now. She's been sitting there staring at me, and I'm not paying attention to her. So, and then she just like started limping away. She's not been limping at all before that.
Oh.
Yeah.
She wants some love.
Yeah. She's a dramatic little girl. That's okay.
I recently just I got it for my birthday like 4 months ago. I got a cat.
Yeah.
She runs up next to me. I'll pick her up and show you.
Nice. What kind of cat?
She's a Bombay black cat.
Oh.
All black Bombay. Her name's Willow.
I like it.
So
I actually like one of my best friends also has a black cat named Willow.
really, that's
Yeah. Is yours because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No, I before Willow, I had a cat named 13, which was a black cat as well, and he passed. But my original cool story actually, I was gonna name him Willow, but when I got his birth certificate, because he was I got him at the pound or whatever, a kennel. He was already 4. He was born on my birthday, August 13th.
That's cool.
13th, August the 13th. What? So I called him 13. And then now the new one, I called her Willow because that was the original name I was going to do for 13. So
I like it. Well, I mean, it was fate. That
was all fate.
It was all fate. That one had to be named. 13 had to. So you also just released the December EP. So with songs My December and a cover of December by Neck Deep, back last year on December 1st, along with 4 other releases over the last year. How's the response been for the new music?
It's been good. Our first single we released was with Bradley Walden from Emarosa. That song did really, really well. Then we did a song with Matt Thiessen from Rookie, and we rushed it really quick to get it out because I think we had a tour coming up, and it was like, hey, we have a new song, and we didn't do all the back promo and the weeks of pushing it. And I felt like that song didn't get what it should have got, but it'll be on the new album, and the album version is different than the single version. So it'll come out again. It'll be okay. But those 2 songs are the only. Oh, and we did Stupid Song as well, which was just a song that I did that song with Matt Malpass. He did like the last Blink-182 album, and there's a lot of stuff. He's all over the place. The last 311 record. He did the last, not the last Korn record, but the Korn record before that. He did a lot of the MGK pop punk album. He did the song Stupid Song, and that was just fun because we actually did that song during COVID. And he had just a little time period where he had nobody in, so he was like, hey, if you want to come in and you have 3 days, you can come in and do a song or 2. We ended up doing 2 songs, and one of those songs was a Stupid Song that was released, and that came out awesome. And that was just cool to work with him because he did our old albums. He did like the Goodnight Moon, he did Since I Left Your World EP, he did Sweet Attention, he did the Most Beautiful album that you can't find anywhere. He did all those albums, so it was just cool to go back and work with a producer that like he's like a homie. He's like a brother to me. So we grew up playing in bands and stuff, so it's always been cool.
That's awesome. That's like, I mean, and to be attached to like some of those names, like Korn, 311. I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, he knows what he's doing, and he's got
Yeah.
that because he's killing it. So, it was just cool to be like, hey, we're doing some more songs together. So that meant a lot to me, just to work and him to let me do it. His manager is a good Matt Holmes is a good buddy, and helps manage Matt, I think still. So it's just cool to see those guys. I mean, I wouldn't even have to record anything. I just like hanging out with them. So it was a fun time.
It's just super exciting when you grow up with people, you work with people throughout the years, and then getting to see like their growth and all your friends like grow. That's even like the whole kind of the point to where this podcast name came from, was like just it's being able to see like your friends grow and like succeed and all that stuff. And it's awesome to be able to see your friends do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. So it's and for them to still acknowledge, because like Rookie hasn't really done anything in a while. So I mean, it's been over a decade since I released an album, and this year finally we're gonna get a new album. So I mean, it's just cool for them to come out of the dark and be like, "Yo, let's do a song." I was like,
All right. Yeah, of course. And like, people that you were friends with, and where when sometimes like when people grow, they forget about their friends, that they used to have, and where they came from, and that happens a lot. And so it's really awesome, and it's fucking awesome to hear like that people like Matt, and that they didn't do that they still remember all their friends and where they came from. And like I love the community of like pop punk and emo. This whole scene is a really like positive community for the most part.
No, absolutely, 100%.
Like they're comparatively speaking, it wasn't always that way, but it is right now. It's a really supportive scene.
Yeah, it's cool. Everybody got a little wiser and older. Now everybody helps each other out. So I feel like that's why I always go to Furnace Fest, because when I go to Furnace Fest, I feel like it's everybody that I was buddies with. I don't even know who they are. I'm just like, you're awesome. You're watching the band, you're singing along, and you like look over like, yeah, singing songs to like Further Seems Forever or May or any kind of band that you like grew up that you were passionate about. It's like it's awesome. Like it's fun.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And speaking of like your new album, I did get a chance to listen to 3 of the unreleased tracks for the new album, Fake Friends. I heard it when the rain fell, and Can You Feel It? And all 3 are fantastic, all in their own way. Fake Friends, being a fun up-tempo song with a theme that really everyone has gone through in life. Was there a moment in particular that sparked the idea for that song?
A little bit. I mean, I've dealt with that over 10 times with people. Especially after like the OG Rookie crew came and left. Like we did solid 6.5, almost 7 years together, and then it was done. So I have people that come in not to join the band, but they'll come in and like be a part of my band and stuff. And like I've had some people not bow out in a bad way, but almost disappointed in the way it ended or something like that. We're just like, what? Are you kidding me? Stuff like that's just, it doesn't really affect me, but it bummed me out for them just to see that happen. So yeah, it was like a little touch of that. And I think not even in bands. I mean, everybody has friends that you thought you could rely on, and you found out you couldn't rely on them. I mean, I think everybody has that. If you don't, God bless you. But I mean, like, yeah, I feel like everybody's gone through that. So I just wanted to write a song kind of like that. And at the same time, you can kind of poke at them as well, because I mean, that song's kind of all over the place. It's kind of like not making fun of them, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's cool, whatever. I know you're a fake friend. Let's do it anyway. So,
I mean, as even the song says, it's like it's cool to. It's kind of cool in a way. You're like, well, we still did this. It's cool,
Right, absolutely, and I'll never regret doing it, but at the same time, yeah, it's over. It's cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Shit happens. Yeah. It was fun while it lasted.
So yeah, I never tried to hold a grudge on anybody ever. So it was kind of like a way to get that out of the way in a way in a song. So yeah.
Totally. And I really also loved the big anthemic feel of "Can You Feel It?" Like those big whoa chants and stuff. So like I can like hear like a crowd doing that back. Like that's probably one of my favorite parts of all three of the songs is that. Like it's just big.
Yeah, that song. That was the first song I recorded for the album. Was that? No one's heard it yet. That was the first song I recorded. That song with Dave Elkins of May.
Okay.
And I thought that song came out really cool. It kind of has like throwback vibes to the Goodnight Moon, I think, a little bit in there. The way it was just produced. I feel like there's like 4 or 5 songs on the album. I think the album's gonna be like 13, 14 songs, but I think there's like 4 or 5 songs that are really Goodnight Moon vibes. Then you have like songs that are like outside of our box, and then some harder songs, I think maybe that are cool, or I don't know. And then there's like quite a few songs on the new album that are like the new you know how there's like that new production that you hear in songs that are just like, oh, that's that new stuff.
Yeah.
I did songs like that just to fit in. So,
well, it's fun to try things.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. It was a different experience. I'm always used to doing everything. I like everything dry and using all real instruments. So it was like cool to go out of that box a little bit. So yeah.
So are all of the songs that you released over like the past year, are all of those going to be on the new album, or did just some of them make?
Yeah, I think Fast Car that's out now's on the album. Giving Up Now with Bradley from Emarosa's on the new album. And Stupid Song's kind of like a 50-50 right now. Because, I mean, there's so many songs. We did like 24 tracks right now. And I still have 3 to go. So, you know, like when you finish a song, sometimes you're like, oh, this song's awesome. But then you got to remember you like it because it's brand new and it's like all fresh. So I'll sit back and like really like decide what's going on. But lots of features, like 13 features. It's awesome.
That's exciting.
Super exciting. Super excited about that.
When can people expect to maybe get to hear the album? When's it looking like it may come out?
So originally we had March as our end of March. It maybe be a June release, maybe a July, right when summer's about to hit.
All right.
Maybe it'll come out this year, but we're just trying to figure it all out right now.
Sure.
Our management, our team, whatever, was like, hey, if you release a song on Spotify, I don't know all the Spotify stuff because I haven't released stuff in a decade. So like they're like, release something on Spotify has to be like uploaded at least like 30 days prior. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's have a call tomorrow and figure all this out because we got to get everything up and whatnot. So a lot of the artwork's done. Everything's done. I just got to make sure everything's like good because we'll do vinyl for the new album and all that stuff. So that's a process to make sure.
Yeah, vinyl's a huge process right now too.
I'll probably when we're done and I have like the 17 tracks out of probably 14 that we'll use, I'll probably send that link to 10 trusted friends like in bands or something and be like, all right, what's on it, what's off, and I'll check them off and like see which ones. I've done that with every album I've ever done. So, I mean, I'll probably do that and then get a idea of what the single will be. And then we've already shot 2 music videos are already done. We did one song with the R&B artist Chantel. Do you remember?
Nice.
That? Yeah. And it came out. It's so emo song and she sang it and it's awesome. So she does that song Impossible and T-Shirt, which was like, I think the number 5 song of all time on MySpace. So crazy. So we got her on a track and it came out really awesome. And that's a good ballady kind of song with the full orchestra and stuff. I'll send that to you later if you want to hear it.
I'm excited about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. I'm really proud of that one.
Hell yeah. So
see, I'll probably do what I said, like send the album to like 10 people, even like people that probably played for me in the past, be like, hey, what's the jams? Like what we're doing? What are we doing? And I always
you got to get you got to get opinions from all over the place. You need some like big wig type people, and then you got to get friends. You got to get some normies that are just normal listeners. You got to get a good feel.
You do like 4 in each category.
Yeah.
Then at the end, you put it all together, and then you have some cool info. And then you're like, all right, got a plan.
And if it all matches up, you know what you
All
got.
matches up. It's great. I will say this: it all matched up for our album "Sweet Attention," and that record didn't do as well as we thought it was.
Well, if it all matches up, scrap it all.
So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good no matter what. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah. So you formed Rookie back in the early 2000s. How would you say your music has changed over the years?
I mean, I kind of still listen to all that stuff. I still listen to. There's probably like 10 albums I listen to when I'm busy doing stuff. Still, I still check out new stuff. A lot of people like sent me what's that band, New Atlantic or whatever. I thought they were really cool. They're like
Stand Atlantic.
Stand Atlantic, was it Stand Atlantic or New Atlantic? Maybe Stand Atlantic. It's like 3 guys.
Oh no. Stand Atlantic has the female vocalist.
Oh no, it's like I think it's New Atlantic. If you haven't heard them, they're cool. They're from like Australia.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. I might have heard it. I listened to like 50 new bands a week basically. So it's hard to remember a lot of times.
They're a dope band. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way, and it sounds like even listening through the catalog and stuff, your sound has always just been you. You're like you have your own distinct sound. Rookie just sounds like Rookie of the Year.
I feel like that's the thing because we always add acoustic. Even if the song's heavy, we try to put acoustic in every song.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I tried to from the OG albums. I wrote a lot of those parts. I didn't play those parts, but I would do it, and then our guitar player then was probably the best guitar player still to this day that I've ever and probably out in the world. Mike would take it and then run with it and make it his own little cup of tea and like perform it way better than I was thinking. So like that was always cool for those first 3 albums, the 2 full lengths and the EP. So that was exciting. I feel like the new album we hit a lot of that, but it's a little different, I would say, at the end of the day. I don't know. Some of the songs for sure I could be like this could have been on this one, this could have been on tons of old albums, but some of them are like this would have never been on any of our stuff ever. So
well, yeah, that's the growth. That's the growth part.
Yeah. So I feel like we hit that. I feel like and I feel like that's definitely like a thing with Rookie when people talk about Rookie. It's like, oh, you had like the cool like gritty guitar, and then you had the cool lead guitar that would play octave notes here and there, and then you had the acoustic that would just play everything straight. I was like, yeah, that's the formula, I guess. And then lots of harmonies. I love doing harmonies, and I don't do harmonies. I'll do stuff that flows into the harmony or the main melody a little bit, but it'll go off a little bit. So it will double some parts, but not like I'm like kind of all over the place when I do stuff like that. But
that's secret sauce, though.
Yeah, that gets that sound. So
absolutely. So funny you brought up MySpace. Everybody, we love MySpace. That's MySpace was the best, but Rookie was in the heyday of MySpace when you're going hard at it. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about what MySpace was to artists back then?
I mean, it was MySpace and pure volume were like so friendly to bands.
Yeah.
I mean, it blew every band up, and if you got lucky enough for MySpace and got the front, I mean, that took your band to 6 levels above where you were. we got lucky. We got the front twice, I think, maybe 3 times. And every time, each day you're doing 1 million plays and all these new fans. I think when MySpace died, we were at 6 million followers on that. It was wild. It definitely helped out bands, and even bands that I'm still friends with today that are not bands anymore, but I'm still friends with the guys in the bands. I mean, like, it helped out like local bands that would be like a small little band from, like, for instance, we grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and there would be bands from like Rayford, North Carolina, which is like Fayetteville's already a small town.
Yeah.
They'd be from Rayford, and they would get on some kind of little, how they did those playlists sometimes for MySpace and Line. You would get like the little front feature. I mean, they would kill it, and they were only a band for like 3 years, but they would kill it and like get on a good tour just because. I mean, it was like such a like, it just helped out everybody a lot. It was sad to see that go.
Yeah.
And is there even a platform that even does that anymore besides Instagram? Does it, if you want to put a song of your choice, like in your story or like on your picture, which is kind of the same thing if you think about it, but
kind of. There's been no social media that has ever like even come close to doing what MySpace did. Like Facebook for some reason took over, even though it was like 100 times worse. It was garbage compared to MySpace. It's almost all.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, in almost all categories, it was worse.
I would love, what I would love, and I think they should do it, and I probably never thought about it. If you use a band song on your Instagram, like for instance, like you're driving and you put on like, I don't know, like POD, like on your story. If you click the song, it gives you an option to go to their Instagram page. How could that be? That'd be so dope.
I mean, that's pretty much what MySpace did, and you were able to like customize your entire page with barely any HTML knowledge. You had to learn it, of course, but like you didn't have to do a whole lot to completely customize your whole self.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, I think stuff like that. I mean, because the meta is now on Facebook, so they could link those, I think, pretty easy now, where it would just give you the option, like, check out artist page, and you link it with your Facebook or with your Spotify artist account, and then it would just go straight there. I think that would help out so many artists. It would be a game changer.
But it's like nowadays. Oh, I was just saying, it's like nowadays they don't want to do that though. They want everything completely separate.
Yeah, there's so many different rules, and everybody owns certain parts of everything. I don't know how. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I think that's how it works. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how all that goes. But yeah, it seems that's the case. So
I know, it's wild. After having been on different record labels as well as being an independent artist, what would you say are some of the biggest differences?
The 111 days, we were on that for like a decade. So we were on that, and then we went to Future Destination. Then we did iBot Records. It's cool having a label because it relieves stress.
Sure.
But like being on Warner Chappell and 111, that was a sub of Warner. It was like you had to hit this quota. Like, we never made any money on those labels, even though like the Goodnight Moon record sold a ton of copies, and Sweet Attention, even though that record bombed, still sold today to anybody that you would say numbers to, be like, what? So I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like now, like, being older and not being like in the van and playing a show 300 days out of the year. I feel like now doing it without a label, but if you have a little bit of funds, or if you can get a backer to help your band to skip some of those things so you don't have to do all the recoup stuff, I feel like that's like a big thing to do. And then you recoup back quicker. And you can recoup, because every time you recoup stuff, there's a percentage. So you have to recoup what they put in plus more every time. It's like a lot more, So if they give you 6K, your recoup's like 18K. It's like ridiculous because they give you the money. I mean, it's different for each band, but like it depends on your deal. if you have a crappy deal, that's what happens. And 111 never gave us a crappy deal. It was when we signed to Warner Chappell, just giving your rights to songs to this, that, and that was kind of like crazy. So, but whatever. I mean, I'm proud of those albums, and we still play those albums.
Of course.
It's fun. But for Goodnight Moon 2, I did everything. I would not give that to anybody. I was like, it's out, it's mine. It's gonna always be mine. I'm not selling these rights to anybody or portion of these rights. So
well, you just got to do what the cool thing is now. You'll just have to you'll have to re-record Goodnight Moon exactly the same. Do it yourself, but it's Ryan's version.
Right, yeah, the Rookie of the Orion version. We were talking about doing the reimagine of the Goodnight Moon and keeping it, just doing it all different. I think the Juliana Theory did that, not the whole album, but they did a lot of the Motion is Dead songs.
Right.
I thought it was pretty cool. They changed it all up and like they did what they thought was cool now, or please the fans or whatever. Brett, I look up to Brett from Juliana Theory. Like that's my favorite band probably of all time.
Brett's great.
I feel like they got to do some of the way they would want to do it now, which is kind of cool. So it may be cool to maybe do that with some of the Goodnight Moon album. That'd be dope. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll get the new album out. We'll get the new album out and see how it goes, and then from there we'll figure it out.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Especially as an independent artist, you do what you want.
Yeah, agree.
All right. Yeah, we got one more question before we go to a quick break. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your musical journey, what would it be?
I have two.
Okay.
Make sure all your songs are written before you go into the studio, and lyrics, because if you're on a time crunch, do you have time for a quick story?
Yeah.
We went to the studio to do the Goodnight Moon with Ed Rose in Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas, like outside of Lawrence, Kansas, one of the little suburbs of that area. And we went in and we only had 8 days to do our album, which was kind of ridiculous anyway. 8 days to do a full length. I think the Spill Canvas did it in 9 days. And they did 2 more songs than us, but they're pros. So we're on the same level as them. So we're like, oh, they can do it, we can do it. So we got there, we were not prepared. So I think we cut it at 6 days and we had bass and drums done because we didn't know what we were doing. And then that's how we met Matt Malpass. We asked for 2 weeks with Matt Malpass in Atlanta to finish our album. And then Ed Rose sent all our stuff to Matt, and we had already done all our drums and all our bass and some of the guitar. Sent it all to Matt, and we had 2 more weeks, and then we nailed it and got it all done. And by then, I think like maybe a month went by until we got to go record. So everything was like done and polished and ready to go. So I think we finished so quick. We ended up there's a song on the Goodnight Moon, Life Falls Fast Now. I think it's like track 7 or something. We did in the studio because we finished. We had 3 days left. So we're like, what should we do? And then we did that song. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Other thing is make sure when you're signing contracts with a label, make sure you're signing the right thing and have someone look over it. I mean, we did, and it wasn't terrible, but I've heard horror stories. I mean, you've heard them too, I'm sure, of bands.
Oh, so, of course.
Just make sure you're not signing your product away forever. So
I think everybody has heard some of the there's some pretty famous stories in our scene, so especially from one record label in particular.
Yeah. So yeah. I know. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just make sure you're good. It doesn't take a lot to have someone look over stuff, especially now. I mean, there's people that are literally that's what they do, and they're cheap. So I mean,
yeah. And it's worth it.
Have money in your hand, you're super young, get mom and dad to spend $100 and get some guy to okay it. So.
Yeah, it'll be worth it in the long run for sure. Well, with that great advice, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment.
Hey friends, I want to take a second to thank I Don't Care Co.
for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. I Don't Care Co. is an esoteric emo jewelry shop dedicated to creating pieces inspired by bands such as My Chemical Romance, Pierce the Veil, Fall Out Boy, Bring Me the Horizon, and more. Their pieces range from earrings to album charm bracelets and purses that are inspired by lyrics and album cover art. For this Valentine's Day, they have 3 special pieces inspired by Pierce the Veil, My Chemical Romance, and Blink-182, as well as some special Emo Valentines cards that are perfect for that special emo in your life. So, with that being said, make sure to go to what'shernamestudios.etsy.com and follow them on their Instagram at idont_care_co, so you can keep up on new updates, new merch, and specials and all that good stuff. So there's also links on there, so it's easy. It's a one-stop shop. Just go follow them. So make sure to check out all those specials and everything that they got going on. And, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Shout out to the Sad Babes Club for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. The Sad Babes Club is a woman-owned and operated shop with pop punk and emo roots located in Fresno, California. So whether you're looking for hoodies, stickers, pins, and other rad homemade items, head on over to sadbabes.com. Right? Once again, that's sadbabes.com. They also have a store locator on their website for where you can find them if you're in California. So you can go see them in person and get stuff. Like, pick it up, hold it, look at it, and smell it. Oh, it's going to be great. So make sure to not only be supporting up-and-coming bands and artists, but supporting small businesses as well. Sad Babes Club is here to remind you to stay rad, stay sad, and remember, it's okay to cry. So once again, go to sadbabes.com today. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around through those awesome sponsors. We can't do this show without them. We could, but it's super appreciated that they help us do this show. So now it's time for everybody's favorite food for thought segment, where we just talk about food because, I'm always hungry. I'm a hungry guy. I know that y'all are hungry. So, first question. I was excited because I think this is one of the first times we've actually had somebody from North Carolina. I know we have, but not since we started the Food for Thought segment. So I haven't been able to even get to this. But so North Carolina, obviously one of the 3 most known for great barbecue. Being a well-traveled minstrel, have you eaten barbecue in the other well-known areas like Texas and Kansas City? And how does it compare?
I've had like the Austin big barbecue things. I'm a vinegar guy.
Okay.
And that's kind of like semi-popular, mostly like it. Isn't that like South Carolina vibes? But it's in North Carolina too. I don't know where everything is, but I'm a barbecue fan. My favorite thing though is barbecue with collard greens in the vinegar bowl, and it's just like, oof. And I have that, like, I live downtown Raleigh, and there's a place like 5 seconds from me. I can walk over there, and it's like $4, and it's like a big bowl of collard greens, and they take slabs of barbecue, just toss it in it, and it's just like a bowl. It's probably the best thing that's ever happened. I'm a big foodie. That's my go-to barbecue is that style lately. Difference, it's all about the sauces you put on it and the way it's marinated. Everybody has their different thing. I don't know the name of it. I was trying to remember. In Austin, the big one that it's always a line outside. I went and ate there with Mark Rose from Spitalfield, and it was good, but it tasted way different than Carolina barbecue. It was really good though. It was still delicious and like awesome. Their meat was like super. I mean, like you could literally take a fork and it was like it's very great.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, like wondering because like so I've never had Carolina barbecue, but like when you think of barbecues, it's always Carolina, Texas, and Kansas City in particular are like the barbecue meccas, and they're all different.
Right. Yeah, you have that. And isn't Memphis, Tennessee, like a barbecue?
Oh yeah, and yeah, Memphis. Yes, yes.
I've eaten in Memphis at a place, dive bar, but it was like known as what's the old Elvis studio there that everybody talks about?
Oh,
Sun Records or something.
I think so.
Yeah, I watched the documentary, and there was a barbecue place that they always went to, and it's still there, but now it's a dive bar, and
Okay.
they play like Poison the Well in there. It's awesome, but they still do. I can't remember the name. I wish I could plug them right now, and it maybe not even be there anymore because this is pre COVID.
Yeah.
I went there, and their barbecue was really awesome. It was awesome, and it was like a bartender and a slab behind him where they did food, and it was awesome. And I don't know the name of the place, but I thought that was cool. Theirs had garlic vibes in it, and
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of more of at home there. I don't think I've ever had Kansas City barbecue. I know Kansas City is a big barbecue place.
From what I understand, it's like sweeter, and I think that's why I like it more. It's got more like the barbecue like sauce is more sweet.
Right. I'm trying to think of. Oh my gosh, I want to help out that place until that place would.
Okay, keep talking. I'll look. Next to Sun Records.
It was in a. I found out about it because of Sun Records, like a documentary talking about Elvis recording there, and then it's a place that was still open.
Arnold's.
That doesn't ring a bell, but that could be it.
Let's see. I see it like we've got Arnold's, Jerry the King Lawler's Hall of Fame barbecue.
Yeah. Isn't that happening this weekend? Isn't it the Royal Rumble
today? The Royal Rumble
right now?
Today. I think I'm gonna watch it, man. Like CM Punk is back, baby.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah.
What? I'm dead. There's a place right outside my door across the street called Mecca that has really good barbecue. They're not even known for barbecue, but I mean, if you can find barbecue in Raleigh, it all kind of probably comes from the same people doing it. Well, maybe not, but they all do the same recipe or close to it.
I think that's. I'm not really finding much without like going really, really deep into Google.
I forgot. I don't know.
Well, if anybody knows, is listening, let us know in the comments. Hit us up. We need to know.
There you go.
We'll make the listeners do all the work for us.
Wait, before you ask the next question, what's your favorite fast food? Are you a fast fooder or no?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I always say if you had to eat fast food, where would you eat? But where would you go if you what's your top three?
Well, I mean, that's good. Like for Taco Bell, like that's just number one.
Okay.
It's so easy. It's so easy. But I feel like if I could say In-N-Out, I would. But I mean, the closest one to me is like Dallas, Texas.
You have Cookout up there where you are?
We don't have Cookout.
Dude, there's a Cookout. I could throw a baseball out that door and hit a Cookout.
I've only heard stories and tales.
They have barbecue as well. They have like 3 barbecue plates.
I've heard it's awesome.
It's good. That's not my top 3, but I eat there if I want to get food and everything else is closed. They're open 24 hours. The one here, it's awesome. Yeah, but my number uno is definitely Taco Bell, and then I grew up. My dad was a big Wendy's guy,
Yeah.
You know how their burgers have that certain taste than everybody else? I got it.
There is something special about Wendy's, but I actually have a story for you quick that I can't eat Wendy's, not my Wendy's anyway. We have one Wendy's in the Duluth area, and I can't eat there because the last time I went in there, the manager was standing there. His hand was all like cut up and bloody. He was wrapping up food and he was telling me this like story of how like, oh, I cut my hand, but I'm okay because I'm no bitch. And is like, and then started telling me, he's like, but guys, we're dumb. We do I did something like this a couple nights ago when I was super drunk, and I'm like, I have to leave and I can't come back here ever again. Like I will not eat at our Wendy's ever again.
Wow. I wonder if that guy's still there. He maybe not be there anymore. And you could have been enjoying Wendy's for weeks now.
Oh, I well, so I DoorDash and I see who's there often. I don't see him, but I do see other people that are also questionable, and
Yeah.
I gotta wait.
Um, yeah, I put Wendy's in my top three. My other one, I'm still Chick-fil-A. I'm a big Chick-fil-A guy too. There's so many in Raleigh and where I live, and it's good every time.
We do not have a Chick-fil-A here.
What?
No, we are getting our first Chick-fil-A though.
After you've had Chick-fil-A 3 times, remember this. Give me a text and be like, okay. But
Well,
you gotta,
we'll see. It's going to be tough because we're also getting our first Popeyes, and I mean,
Popeyes is good too. Popeyes
Popeyes,
is good.
Popeyes pretty fucking good.
But Chick-fil-A, I'm a big soup guy, and
Oh,
Chick-fil-A has really good chicken soup, and you can buy the bowl one, which is like big. It's like a meal, and I don't know, I just enjoy it. I think doesn't Popeyes have chili? Isn't that
I
their?
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot.
I know Wendy's has
I
chili.
know. Yeah, Wendy's has chili. Wendy's chili is actually dope.
I know. I don't know if you've seen this, but randomly I was wandering around in a grocery store, and I saw that you can buy that Wendy's has Wendy's brand chili, like in the grocery store.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think in Carolina that's not a thing. Maybe up in um, that's awesome. I love their chili. Their chili is fantastic. What's your? Sorry, I'm going off your questions. I was gonna say, what's your go-to style of food? Mexican, Japanese,
I
steaks, some
I
good old American fun time.
I I can probably eat Mexican food more than anything. But I now I think I would have to like rephrase that though, because I like me some fucking ground beef. That's like my jam, and so like Tex-Mex, like I'm more of a Tex-Mex type of person. Um, I like
Are you getting in the day of the show, or are you getting in on the second?
I I should be there on the second.
Yeah, let me know if you. I'll be there that night. Let me know. Let's go get some ground beef. Yeah, I love Mexican food. I'm a huge fan of Mexican food.
I actually talked to somebody one of our interviews that I still have this in a notepad on my phone somewhere that because I had liked ground beef so much, I thought of a great restaurant to where it's all different menu items, but it's all ground beef items, you know. So like everything is like you can get chili, you can get tacos, whatever, as long as it's made like with ground beef, and we just call it G Beef Me is the name of the place. G Beef Me.
You could do good commercials. You could do good commercials with that.
I know.
You can get Tom Brady to throw like a burrito to.
Hey,
Yeah.
G Beef Me. The applications are.
I will tell you this right now. I will tell you this right now. If you ever go to Buffalo, New York, their ground beef burrito at Mighty Taco
Okay.
is the best thing you'll ever have in your entire life.
All right.
Your first bite, you're gonna be like, oh my god. I'm
Nice.
serious. They have a special sauce. You know how the Wendy's sauce has that little bit of like it's like almost like brown sugar, like it has that weird little like sweet taste to it. They have that, but like two more peps up, and it's fantastic. It is a joy to your brain. I love that place. I just played there with Fred, the color Fred, and we all went there and got a burrito, and it was still as good as I remember it being. It was so good.
I'll have to travel to Buffalo just for that.
Just go see when Every Time I Die comes back as a band, and you fly in to go see the reunion. Well, their new band, Better Lovers is like probably my favorite band right now. So,
dude, have you listened to Many Eyes yet, though?
I like it. I got on the Better Lovers kick, but Many Eyes is dope. They're out on a big tour right now. I think they're opening for Thursday, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen, but I know I really enjoyed the tracks that have come out so far.
Have you listened to the Better Lover tracks or no?
I don't think so. I'll have to check that out. I don't know if I knew about it. I might have.
I think Many Eyes plays up by you in like a week and a half.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. I mean, week and a half. I might not even be home yet, but
yeah. It's probably like right when you're in Texas. I think they're playing Station or no, First Avenue. I think they're playing First Avenue.
Okay, I'll check it out. Send some friends that way at least. Yeah. Okay. Second question for food. You've been on the road touring for many years, so we think you're now qualified to answer this question. Which state do you believe has the best road stops? And when you're stopped there, what's your go-to snack to keep you going? Yeah, this is deep journalism.
It's like changed over the years. So back in the day, up in New England area and like Philly and up, there was always Wawa, so it was always fun because you gas up and get the food. But that's not like really cool anymore because Wawa's like in Florida and like I think in Georgia, Mississippi, and Louisiana now. So it's kind of like
I mean the correct answer is Sheetz, anyways.
Sheetz is good and it's quicker. Sheetz is really good. We have Sheetz here. Down south, and when you're traveling, like when I'm traveling to Texas next week, Buc-ee's. Are you kidding me? Have you had one yet?
I've yet to stop at a Buc-ee's, but that is my goal to stop at one on the way.
Dude, it's like, you know how Chick-fil-A's like, they try to make it feel like not like a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant. They're very polite and everybody's dressed up really nice.
Yeah.
That's how Buc-ee's is. And there's a guy like slapping sirloin in the middle, and he'll like cut it right off the hide and put it in a sandwich and toss it to you. It's like you're gonna flip. But there's not many of those. Like we'll pass two on the way to Texas on the way, and that's just two from literally Atlanta the whole way to Texas.
Yeah,
there's like two. They're like there's one outside of Birmingham and one like kind of close to Houston. I think I saw on the way.
Yeah, they're pretty much located just like in what's surrounding Texas, I believe.
Yeah. Another cool thing that I always liked was in the Midwest, and it's kind of like a wider range. It's all the Midwest. There's only one big stop every like 60, 80 miles. And they have like grandma there making breakfast and dinner food and the little side shop. And then they have, it's a little bit bigger than the normal gas stations. And then they have the whole trucker area. There's only a few of those in the Midwest. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them, like on, was it 80 that goes across or 60, whatever. I feel like some of those back in the day were like our goes. Like we had our favorite ones we would stop at. I remember we bought our first GPS at one of those. We were on tour. We only used maps for the longest time. We never would bounce into the GPS because we were like, we can still do maps. And then we're like,
yeah, still just pulling out atlases.
Rookie at that time was probably making like over $1,000 a show. We're kind of doing well for ourselves, we still wouldn't buy a GPS for like $300.
Dude, I loved like did know what kids today never understand what it was like using a map or having a big atlas.
Dude, we loved it. We had them all marked off. We knew the exits to stop at were things that wouldn't be like on the signs. Like we it was like a diary of just touring. Um, so I feel like in the Midwest there was a lot of spots like that were super special. There's one spot from LA to Vegas. There's like this weird little area that like a back way. You like pass through Barstow, California, and then it's like just nothing land. There's this real, and I don't know the name of it again. There's this awesome Mexican place. It has like two fancy signs. There's one right before the exit, and then there's one like 10 exits down. And they spent some money and made some cool signs, and it's like in the back side of a gas station, but they made it like a decent restaurant. And I've got to hang out with that owner there multiple times, probably like 4 times in the last year. Every time we pass by there, we always stop there and hang out with them and give them like hoodies and stuff. He has a really good thing going on. His menu's like classic Mexican, like over the like way too much onions, which I love. And like, I mean,
I do too.
Yeah, he drenches it the way it should be, and all their sauces are like sauces I don't never heard of, but they're probably been around forever. Super spicy kind of vibes. But we love stopping there, and I wish I could tell you the name of the place. But yeah, between LA and Vegas, about halfway through that trip, about 4 to 10 miles outside of Barstow, right when you hit the nowhere land, there is a Mexican place, and it's on. If you're going to Vegas from LA, it's on your left, and you'll see signs for it. But anyway, that place is really awesome.
Once again, listeners, if you know the name of the place, shoot it in the comments. That's what we got this for.
I want to say it starts with a T, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Our last question is Rookie of the Year. 1, your favorite place, Taco Bell's Bands on the Run back in 2008. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So Taco Bell did a thing online on their website. It was called Bands on the Run Eats Taco Bell. And whoever got the most votes got, I think, $1,000 of Taco Bell bucks. And it was weird. It was like 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. And there was these little Taco Bell bucks. I have one somewhere. I saved $1. So what we would do every day is, I have 2 stories about, one about Quiznos as well. We'll talk about the end. We won that, and I think we beat Mom Jeans out for the winner. And it's right when that band was coming out, and we were pretty good, well known on MySpace at the time. So we just asked all our MySpace friends to like go vote for us. We like destroyed it. So we didn't know exactly what was going to happen if we were going to get money. We were hoping for money. We were hoping for like $1,000 because we were just musicians. But we got it, and it was like Taco Bell bucks. But the cool thing was, for our per diems each day, we always had like not a lot, like $15 per diem each day for food. We would give out our 20s, and we would get $5 worth of Taco Bell. In return, we would get $15 back in real cash. So we pocket that plus get a meal. So it was like a double. It was awesome. And we did that for a whole year probably. And then when that fizzled out, we ran out of Taco Bell bucks. I remember we would have drummers after our original drummer left, probably like 3 or 4 drummers come and play, maybe 5. We would give our drummer Taco Bell bucks for his per diem to go. It's like, you got to get a Taco Bell. Here's $20 because we were just like trying to make it,
Yeah.
Okay. And make money when we got home. He would obviously get his per diem for playing each day, but for his per diem, we would give him Taco Bell bucks. So after those ran out, we were big Quiznos fans, huge Quiznos fans. And we would back in the day when Quiznos came out, they would have a stamper card. If you got 4 sandwiches, you would get your 5th sandwich for free. And then one day, I think one of our drummers that we had join, we got all our Quiznos and spent our $8 on Quiznos, that leaves you with like $6 to buy like maybe a beer and a shot at the show later, just like trying to live.
Back in the day, though. Yeah, not anymore.
Late 2000s, a decade ago.
Yeah, what? Like a beer costs like $8 now. So.
Oh, I know. Back then, you could get like any beer for like $3, and then a shot for $3. It was great. And if you're in a band, you got a discount too, so maybe 2 shots in a beer.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were in the van, we were leaving, and we're all sitting there eating our food, and he goes, "Just want to let you know, I got the stamper," and he took the stamper from Quiz. We thought we like broke the law. We were like, "Oh my god, what?" And by the end of the week, we went to Michael's or Staples and got a ink pad, and Quiznos every day, a lot. So
the thing is, though, is like, was it bad? Yeah, but no one understands how hard it is to be on the road and to be fucking hungry.
We're doing like 280 to 300. We were on the road all year, year. And we would try to do, but we would always do this. We would always barter. We would always be like, "Hey, we're a band on the road. We have some shirts, like whatever shirts weren't selling well. We have our shirt, and we could give CDs out. So we would give a CD and a shirt out, and then hopefully get a few sandwiches out of that. We do that at Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A all the time. And most Chick-fil-A, since it's usually like Christian people that run it, they'd be like, "We got you," and they give us all like mad sandwich, like free food. And we give them like 2 shirts and like then like a CD or whatever. I don't know. It was cool.
We so I was working with the company Plug Your Holes out on Warped Tour. I think in 2011 we did this, and we did something kind of similar. We wanted to go to SeaWorld. We had an off day, and we're like, well, let's just try, because I mean, once again, we're on the road, we're all fucking poor, we got a little bit of money, but if we can get into some place for free, we're gonna try. So like a bunch of us went up, and we're like looking at the ticket people, we're like, who looks like they might know what Warped Tour is? And so we found this like kid, and we went up to him like, "Hey, we're with Warped Tour. We had our laminates with us and shit. We're like, we have an off day," and like, "Oh, what band are you in?" So we just started naming shit, like, we're not gonna tell them we're a vendor. They're not gonna let us in. "Oh, we're in this band. And at that time, for no good reason, while I was out on Warped Tour, everybody used to think, would come up to me and used to think I was fucking Dan from 4 Years Strong, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah. It's signed a couple things from Dan. There you go.
Thanks, Dan, for your free sandwiches.
Yeah. And so yeah, we ended up being able to. They just let us in and it was fucking awesome. It was a good time. It was my only time going to.
I love how you said that though. You'd always we would pull up to places where we knew no one in there would know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And on to the next one. And it'd be like, "We'll try this place." That's when we were just trying to get free food in general, just like murder.
Yeah, and that's
anybody was a kid, and it'd be like, in 2007 to 2011, most people knew our band, so like, "Gosh, let's go."
Yeah, exactly, and that's what and once again, for the people listening and stuff, being on tour is awesome. Being in a band is fucking awesome. Being in a band on tour is fucking awesome. But you got to use some sly tactics from time to time, because you're not getting paid a ton all the time, and once again, you're even saying like your per diem you got for food was $15 a day. I think when I was doing Jamestown Story, like at our best, our peak, I think our per diem was like $5 a day, and
we did $15 a day, and then, but also we would tell everybody, if we did $15 a day, there's a chance at the end of the tour you'll get more. Because I mean, if you do like $5 or $30 a day, I mean that's a lot for like 7 people. I mean, and then after doing 30 days, that equals another $1,000 that you can give out $250 to everybody, or
right. And I mean, the way we did, like we all got our bills paid for and stuff, so like that was our job.
Yeah.
But also even $5 a day for per diem was manageable because it was the early 2000s. There was still a dollar menu that was actually $1, and like you could do, plus we'd have, groceries that we got and stuff. So you could eat a sandwich, but you could also go to the dollar menu.
Is there even a dollar menu? Wendy's dropped theirs.
Taco Bell does.
Oh, you're right. They do.
Mm-hmm. They have the $1, $2, and $3, and it's all like totally worth it. Totally.
They have like what? They have a new burrito, a Chipotle burrito or something like that. That's a $2 thing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then McDonald's. I hate McDonald's, but they have the chicken. The chicken sandwich is still $1, I think.
So I've been waiting. So one of the things I do like that most places do now, though, is they all have that like that point system where you get the rewards. So like Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Burger King and shit, because shit is really expensive. So the fact that you can earn rewards, like you can get a meal for free if you have enough rewards. And
I saw a thing on TikTok. I don't know why I saw this. On TikTok, there was like best reward systems. They said Chick-fil-A and McDonald's have the best reward systems.
Yeah.
Like every 3 meals, you get a free one at McDonald's with the reward system.
There's so like McDonald's rewards is really good, and they have a lot of fucking deals on their app. It's wild. But I've been holding and saving up my rewards because when I leave next week to come down to Texas, McDonald's just put out a double meat Big Mac with extra sauce. So I'm gonna fucking use my rewards and get one of those.
Is it out now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, that's wild. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. I was like, "Are you serious?" It looks like this big.
I'm so, because everybody's always like, yeah, but they got that extra bun in the middle. Yeah, well now there's 4 fucking patties, homie.
It's gonna be legit. We gotta find a cool place to eat on the 2nd that night, or even the 3rd during the show or whatever. Because I think our load-in time on that show in San Antonio, we have to be there at 12, but I don't even play till like 10.
Okay. Yeah,
Calling goes on at 45. It's so late.
Yeah, I don't even know what time. I know like a bunch of us have an Airbnb we're sharing.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. I don't know exactly where. I think we're pretty close to like the venue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know much about it, but like one of the people in my Unsigned pop punk crew, Gibby, he lives down there and he's like has it all set up. So
I'm excited. I'm excited for that show. It's gonna be dope.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited too. There's so many people that are performing that we have like grown a relationship with, like, and like been supporting their band and stuff for like the past like year and a half now, and like grown to be like friends and stuff. I'm really excited to see them in person and like touch them.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. I announced that thing, and people that don't really talk to you a lot were like, "Oh my god, you're playing with this band?" I'm like, I don't know who they are. Just like, check out this song. And I've heard a lot of cool. Out of that day, I've heard like there's 3 bands I went and checked out, and like songs, and they were all really good. People from like North Carolina that know that the bands because they tour a little bit, so it's like it was cool to like go hear that. So I have the few bands that I want to go check out as well during that time.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be dope.
We'll have to go scope some bands.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
All right. Now we're gonna end up with our rapid fire questions segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You got this. You're just gonna speak from the heart. You're gonna shoot from the hip. Whatever the first thing that pops in your head, go for it.
Do it.
All right. Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Rockstar.
Oh. Pop punk or emo?
Emo.
Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Ooh. I like them both.
It's fair. That's fair. I'll take it. You speak it from the heart. If you like them equally, you do you.
John Mayer's like second and third album are like so good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think John Mayer is really good, like musically. I don't know nothing about him personally. He's never introduced himself to me, but
I've seen him at a show when he was like 10 feet from me, a different show he was just randomly at. But I didn't talk to him or anything. But he seemed like he was having a good time. He seemed like a nice person the way he was interacting with people. So
nice.
All
right.
Yeah. All right, next.
Skinny pants.
Skinny jeans. I still wear skinny jeans all the time.
Yeah, once you go back to Dickies though, you don't go back.
I like Dickies though. I grew up wearing Dickies.
I guarantee you probably will see me wearing Dickies at the show.
I love it.
It's my jam. Disney Plus or Netflix?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I like them both. I'm gonna say HBO Max and change it up because True Detective, the new season just started.
Oh,
I am addicted to that. So,
did you watch that? Natalia Says.
No, what's that?
It's a documentary about it's wild. It's about this girl who has I think it's dwarfism. I don't remember exactly, but she's got like some sort of like physical like issues, and she was like adopted, and like she was from another country, and she got over. And have you ever seen the movie The Orphan? I think it's where it's like it's this girl that's adopted, but then like you find out that she's like not a kid, that she's an adult that looks like a kid.
Yeah.
So that movie is kind of like this true story.
What?
And so I'm not gonna go too far into it, but it's like the whole documentary is all about, is she a kid or is she an adult? And like the whole fucked up like thing that goes through it. It is wild. You need to check it out. It's on Max.
All right, I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it.
There's 2 seasons.
There's 2 seasons of just this person?
Shit is crazy. You'll dig it. All right.
It's really creepy to me.
It's so creepy, and it's fucked up. There's so much stuff. Just what you expect isn't what's going to happen.
Woo!
Yep. Stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Deep dish.
Vans or Chuck Taylors?
Chucks.
The All American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects all day. But I do love the Offspring song. I'm not a trendy asshole, do what I want. It's off the first record, the last song, right?
I don't know. I haven't listened to that first record in quite some time, but it is great.
I think it's the very last song on that. That song's probably my top 20 songs of all time that I love. But All American Rejects, just because I feel like they write really cool songs, and it's more
great.
Yeah.
They're both great. They're
recording
both great.
I heard through a friend that they're recording their new album right now. So
Rejects.
Yeah. They'll probably drop a new single.
I think they said that on the tour. I think they said they're working on something new.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, me too.
That's it. You did it. You finished the podcast. Now it's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you. And what's next for Rookie of the Year?
Instagram, it's Rookie of the Year Official is our Instagram. And then I'm Ryan Rookie if you want to follow me. I try to post funny stuff. It's probably not funny. Facebook.com, Rookie of the Year, or X.com, Rookie of the Year. Our website will be announced like in a few weeks that we'll have, I think it's like rookieoftheyearmusic.com.
Okay.
That comes out in a week. And then we have, for all the shows coming up this week, we have a new EP coming out. Fake Friends EP has 5 songs on it. We'll have those at all the shows coming up. We're on tour with The Color Fred starting on Tuesday for 10 shows or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then hopefully a new record in June. Trying to think of anything else of importance. We're dropping a Valentine's Day song.
Ooh.
Didn't even talk about that. That comes out on February 12th, I believe.
Oh, boy.
That's a cool song. Full orchestra on it. It came out really cool. It's not on the album. It's just a song for Valentine's Day. So keep an eye out for that. I'm really proud of that one. What else? Yeah, nothing else. We're on tour next week, so come see us.
And then, good, lots of stuff coming out in the works for Rookie. And I'm excited to hear the new record. I'm excited to see you next week. And I hope for even more announcements of good things to come your way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let's get some ground beef next week. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get some ground beef. All right. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks so much for hanging out. Now, the rest of y'all listening or watching, you just hang out with me, and we're going to hop into the Unsigned Pop Punk News. And you're going to hear that after this jingle right here. Well, friends, we did it. Welcome to the Unsigned Pop Punk News. Oh, man, this is the episode before I start my journey down to Texas, and I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be a good time. So if you're going to be in the San Antonio area, or I know Texas is a big place, but if you feel like driving on over, we're going to be, jeepers. We're going to be at the Emo Valentines Day Fest. It's going to be a good time. This is Color Fred, Rookie of the Year, as you just heard. Social Order, featuring members of Metro Station. A lot of our unsigned pop punk friends like Lol, it's Leela. Lol, my mouth. Lol, it's Leah. Lol, it's Leah. LOL, it's Leah. Gosh, that was too hard. Yes. So a bunch of people that we are stoked to see are going to be there. So yeah, if you're in the area, please come on down and hang out. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a tent so you can come see us and chat with us, chat with me, chat with Gibby. So yeah, come hang out. It's going to be a great time. Make sure to check out everything we do. Go to unsignedpoppunk.com. You can find links for this podcast. You can find links to our YouTube where we have other shows on there as well. All of our playlists, our merch, in ways you can help support what we do here at Unsigned Pop Punk. Yeah, check it out. We've got lots of cool merch. You're ranging from everybody's favorite, metal designs. We've got that. We've got our OG traditional Scully shirt, and of course our gender equality shirts. We've got a whole line of gender equality merch, and 15% of every purchase is donated to a charity. So please pick up some gender equality merch and help us, support the people that we care about. Yeah, and you know what? That's it. That's the way the news goes. We got some things coming up down the line. This is Artie, if you heard him. He's a good cat. But we've got things coming up down the line. We will add that to the news maybe next week. So you'll have to see. Make sure you stick around for after this. You get to hear that exclusive unreleased track by Rookie, titled Fake Friends. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you check that out. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. We're excited about it. It's awesome. It's like my favorite of the new songs that I've heard so far. I personally really like it. So once again, thanks so much for Ryan for hanging out with me today. Thanks so much for Matt for always being my friend. It's okay that you weren't here this episode. That's okay. I still love you. Thanks so much to Gibby. Super stoked to get to see you again, my friend, in a couple days. Thanks so much to Lawrence Crow. Always get your designs made by Lawrence Crow. He makes all of our stuff. He makes Unsigned pop punk look as cool as I feel. Sometimes he makes me feel cooler. And it's all because of Lawrence Crow. And if you need awesome web design, website work done, go to Ross from Electric Kiwi. If you go to Unsigned Pop Punk, he did everything. UnsignedPopPunk.com. He made our website. He made that so functional, so sleek. He's worked with super awesome people, done websites for lots of other people, including Joy McIntyre from New Kids on the Block. If that doesn't scream at you that you should get your website done by him, I don't know what else will. Okay, so please go check out Ross at Electric Kiwi for if you need some web design done. Thanks again to all of you for listening this week and every week and supporting what we do here at Unsigned Pop Punk. If it wasn't for you, we won't be able to do this. So thank you so much for all of your support and all your love. And if you're in Texas, I'm stoked to see you. If you're not, just hit me up whenever in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram. Let's say hi. Let's be friends. If you, I forgot about this. Just set this up. If you use Reddit, we made our own subreddit. So just look up Unsigned Pop Punk. Look up the new subreddit and become a member and chat with us. We're trying to grow that subreddit. It's obviously a place for not only musicians, but creators, fans, just people, anyone. It's for just building a community. That's what we do. We try to build a community. So come build that community with us, and we'll see you on Reddit. See you in Texas, and we'll see you next week. Thank you all so much for checking out this week's episode with Rookie of the Year. Now, as promised, here is Fake Friends.
Started drinking again, started hanging out with all my fake friends. 'Cause you don't care at all, you only ever call when you're alone. And I'm over all these late nights of you talking shit. I don't care, it's fine, won't miss you tonight, I'm not alone. Fake friends are fun, you can leave them when you're done. Just strangers at a party, you don't got anybody. 2 more shots and Alka-Fest, what a beautiful fucking mess. 'Cause fake friends are fun, then you're done. I forgot all their names, but I pick them over you any day. I know you're not alright, I see your post online, I hope you get some help one day. Fake friends are fun, you can leave them when you're done. Just strangers at a party, you don't got anybody. 2 more shots and Alka-Fest, what a beautiful fucking mess. 'Cause fake friends are fun, then you're done. Why does it feel like I'm just so out of key, out of time with everything? I used to sing, but now I scream. For a minute there, I thought that you were worth my time. Liars and the battle lines, fake friends till I die, pretend I'm fine. Fake friends till I die, pretend I'm fine. Fake friends till I die, pretend I'm fine. Fake friends friends are fun. You can leave them when you're done. Just strangers at a party. You don't got anybody. Two more shots and I'll confess. What a beautiful fucking mess. Fake friends are fun. You can leave them when you're done. Just strangers at a party. You don't got anybody. Two more shots and I'll confess. What a beautiful fucking mess. 'Cause fake friends are fun. Then you're done.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.